the so-called religion of peace and discipline strikes again. An Islamic extremist connected to ISIS decided to take his vehicle, kill 15 people, open fire on innocent American citizens celebrating New Year's, shoot at the police. He also had bombs in his car. He did not act alone, the FBI has said. And you know who you can blame for this? Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Alejandro Mayorkas, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Presley, Alexandria Cortez, and Rashida Tlaib. Because politicians like this in America make the pro-Palestine and ISIS sympathizers feel that because they are upset about things happening overseas, that they have the right to take your life. That they have the right to take your life, assault you, sexually assault you because you believe in a different God than them. So, the border, our unsecure border that hasn't been secure for 4 years. Let me ask you a question. How do you think that these terrorists communicate with each other? Do you think they just call each other on the phone, send emails, text messages? No. They cross over the border illegally. They go to certain locations, deliver certain messages, and then we have incidents like this. And I have a question for all the so-called moderate Muslims out there. How come you never talk out about this? How come you never condemn these actions? How come you never condemn what happened in Germany a couple weeks ago, where the same situation where an Islamic extremist decided to blow up innocent people celebrating Christmas in a Christmas market? How come you don't talk out about 9/11? How come you don't talk out about the recent incident in Manhattan where the Christmas market was burnt down to the ground? How come you don't come out and condemn this? I wonder why. I wonder why you never condemn so-called Muslim extremists when they kill non-Muslims. I really wonder why you never do that. Let's jump into the video.
FBI is calling the deadly attack in New Orleans an act of terrorism. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes. The FBI says that suspect, who is now dead, was 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, a U.S. citizen and Army veteran.
Hey, FBI, maybe if you weren't following around American citizens talking about all the lawlessness in this country, or showing up to their kids' parent-teacher conferences demanding that their teachers teach math, science, and social studies instead of gender reassignment, maybe if you paid attention to terrorists and not American citizens, this wouldn't have happened. But hey, I mean, let's follow around moms that show up to PTA meetings. That's what Christopher Wray, the Joe Biden lowlife appointee of the FBI, does. Christopher Wray is a piece of garbage. So is Alejandro Mayorkas.
From the Houston area. They do not believe he acted alone, and there's now reportedly surveillance video of other individuals who might be involved. At least 15 people are now confirmed dead, dozens of others injured, including 2 police officers who were shot. Fox 4 Stephen Dial in studio now with more. Stephen.
The New Orleans police chief says Shamsuddin Jabbar drove onto the sidewalk to get around a police car that was providing security by blocking the vehicle's access to Bourbon Street. The coroner of Orleans Parish just shared that the death toll has climbed to 15 people.
Wonderful.
3 hours into the new year, Bourbon Street in New Orleans turned into a massive crime scene.
This particular terrorist drove around onto the sidewalk.
The FBI says 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, a U.S. citizen from the Houston area, drove a white pickup truck around a police car blocking traffic.
Oh, look at the ISIS flag on the back.
Pedestrians on the crowded
Hold
street.
on.
Drove a white pickup truck.
Look at the ISIS flag. They, I'm sure there's some liberal cops on the ground that try to twist it up and cover it up. Obviously, it's an ISIS flag. So congratulations, Joe Biden and Democrats. See, liberals are already blaming Trump supporters somehow for this incident. Like, oh, you're racist towards Muslims and this and that. What? Really? You don't have a problem with what he did? And I have news for all you liberal idiots. Islam is not a race, it's a religion. And there's all different races that are Muslims. And my problem right now with Islam and Muslims is this: the so-called moderate Muslims don't come out and condemn this type of behavior. That's my problem. Other than you have Muslim extremists who think they have the right to kill me because I celebrate Christmas. So I got a real problem what a lot of their ideology stands for. You don't like it, too bad. I'm entitled to my opinion. See, that's the problem, because everybody knows this is going on, but they're so afraid to talk about it.
Around a police car blocking traffic and slammed into pedestrians on the crowded street. 15 people were killed, dozens injured. Federal investigators are calling this an act of terrorism.
New
you
Orleans
think?
police and all law enforcement is built. We are built for dealing with evil, with things that would cause others to be in fear.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But instead, our officers, and last night, NOPD particular, stood strong.
Lady, are you high right now? What the F did you do? The guy broke through the barrier, killed 15 people, injured 30 more, shot 2 cops. You didn't do your effing job. What the F are you talking about? Oh, you're so tough. You're a failure. You failed last night. Those barricades should have been up in a specific way where a car shouldn't be able to drive through there. It should have been concrete barricades, idiot.
They did not run. They did kill the terrorist.
There are still many unanswered questions about Jabbar, but we know he was an Army veteran and the truck was rented from the Houston area. Investigators say Jabbar was killed when the truck stopped and he began shooting at officers. 3 officers shot back, killing him. 2 officers were injured.
Considering their injuries, they're doing well.
Federal investigators say an ISIS flag was located on the truck along with a possible explosive device inside and others nearby. They also believe Jabbar did not act alone.
Here, I have a message for all you ISIS terrorists and all you ISIS sympathizers and all you pro-Palestine trash. If you're so tough and you're so outraged, instead of killing innocent American citizens because you're mad about Gaza, why don't you grow a pair of balls, join up for the military over there, and go fight for your people and your land, right? That would be, like, wouldn't that be more respectable than killing innocent kids that are celebrating New Year's? You know why? Because you're a bunch of cowards. You're cowards to your effing core. What kind of human being loads up a car with bombs and just decides, you know, I'm just going to run over 30 people and just shoot as many innocent people as possible? Wow, wonderful religion. We should all join up for that right now. Give me a break.
A state police bulletin says 3 men and a woman are seen on surveillance placing one of those devices. As for the victims, one of them has a connection.
And every single one of the people that helped him do this, see, Joe Biden just commuted the sentence of the 9/11 terrorists. So they're going to live. They're going to be in prison, watching TV, having sandwiches, hating Americans, plotting the next terrorist attack. That's what Joe Biden stands for. That's what Democrats stand for. See, if I'm Trump and this happens and we catch his co-conspirators, we literally hang them in public. I would literally have them hung in public to let all other terrorists know, if you come to America to murder innocent people, you're going to be dealt with swiftly and justly and in an inhumane way. We're going to make an example out of you. But what will Joe Biden do? Oh, here's some ice cream. Here's a sandwich. Oh, we'll commute your sentence. You'll live forever. Don't worry. You only killed 10,000 people. No big deal. F Joe Biden. Piece of shit.
Connection to TCU. Jack Beck, a senior receiver for the Horned Frogs football team, confirmed on his social media that his brother Tiger Beck died in the attack.
What a disgrace.
TCU football posting, quote, sending love and support to the Beck family.
Bourbon Street is an active crime scene, and the FBI is in charge of it. When they clear it, and it does not.
Oh, the FBI led by Christopher Wray. Christopher Wray should be in Gitmo. with the rest of the Democratic politicians. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Mayorkas, and Christopher Wray for allowing our border to be just a free-for-all for 4 years. Again, these terrorists don't communicate by telephone and email and text message. They come across the border, they go to certain locations, they drop off verbal messages to other terrorists, and then we have situations like this. This all goes back to Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and the Biden administration. They all should be charged with aiding and abetting terrorism and prosecuted and sent to Gitmo. Every one of them.
Become an active crime scene anymore? We're going to open it up.
The city was not only packed for New Year celebrations, but also for a college football playoff game. In the wake of the attack, the Sugar Bowl was postponed until Thursday. Governor Jeff Landry was already planning to issue an emergency declaration ahead of the Super Bowl next month, which is also in New Orleans. He amended that order so additional resources can be brought in immediately.
This city has been tried by fire before.
Yeah. Well,
But
you failed,
fire
lady.
Purifies. Fire makes things stronger. We have a plan. We know what to do.
Yeah.
We are going to get these people. There is a path forward.
Now, the governor said that he will attend the bowl game on Thursday. There is no word if there will be another media update tonight.
All right, Stephen Dial, thank you. President Biden and President-elect Trump offered condolences and support after the attack. Mr. Biden said he was grateful for the brave and swift response of local law enforcement in preventing even greater death and injury. He said he directed his team to ensure every resource is available to get to the bottom of what happened as quickly as possible. President-elect Trump said, "Our hearts are with all of the innocent victims and their loved ones, including the brave officers of the New Orleans Police Department. The Trump administration will fully support the city of New Orleans as they investigate and recover from this act of pure evil."
I make no apologies at all. We're all the so-called moderate Muslims condemning this type of behavior. Germany, the Manhattan Christmas market, this incident, 9/11. I never hear them condemn it. I don't hear Muslim leaders condemn this type of behavior. Goes on in the UK, goes on in London, goes on all over the world, not just in America. And I don't ever hear it being condemned by so-called moderate Muslims. So, you don't like hearing the truth? Too bad. And again, every person that helped this cockroach kill these innocent people, when they get caught, should be hung in public. Not given life in prison, Joe Biden commuting sentences and treating them like little children and giving them coloring books and sandwiches. They should be hung in public for the world to watch.